Hello today. Very good to see you. I hope you're doing well. Thank you for coming to my channel.
Hello, everybody. As I promised, I'm gonna come to you guys every day, especially on Sunday. I'm currently not attending a church because I don't want to go to a church that has a record on repeat, and I don't want to go to a church that worships a false idol who wears a red tie. I was invited to go to church today with a person that I have become friends with at our favorite treasure hunting site, but due to our vehicle, I don't want to push it. I'm getting lots of work done on it this week, so I'll probably go to that church eventually, but see what it's about. She said it's not a church on repeat. We have all these different vocalists, and it's great and wonderful and all this other stuff. And I'm like, okay, I'll give it a shot. You know, the other church I went to was like all about the foop, and I'm like, I'm not anything about the foop. I don't like guys that hurt little girls and protect those that do. Anyway, here we are. Today I want to talk about wanting to say, I told you so. One of the reasons that I love Laredo, believe it or not, as much as I've complained about Laredo, there are some things I do love about Laredo, is my extended family here. They took me in, like I said yesterday when I was talking about how love saved my life, they took me in with open arms. I mean, open arms. I'll never forget, I went briefly, I went to my niece-in-law's quinceañera. For those very few of you that don't know what a quinceañera is, it's where a girl is considered becoming a woman at 15, and they throw a big party for her. She gets all prettied up, and just like my wife, she's a beautiful girl. She has some maturing to do, but she's a beautiful girl, and she's already ahead of the game. She's doing really well. She's got a good job, and she's super smart. So we went to her quinceañera, and my brother-in-law kissed me. And I went to my wife, and I was like, "What? That dude just kissed me." She's like, "Welcome to the family." Apparently, I don't know about all the ins and outs of the culture, but apparently when you don't say welcome to the family, you kiss whoever's new. And he kissed me on my cheek, and I was just like, I think that I can count on my hand the amount of people that have kissed, men that have kissed me. My dad's, my brothers, and Edgardo. And I was like, what was that all about? That's weird. But now I know what it means, and I really appreciate being welcomed into the family. And they have treated me, he has gone out of his way. He's like, he gets me. At Christmas, I have gotten so many cool, I love, for those who don't know, I haven't shared this with, even though it's fantasy field, I love Star Trek. Because as a man of God, I believe there are other worlds out there with intelligent life. You know, and in the Bible it says heavens. And I believe that there's other worlds out there with intelligent life. And the Starship Enterprise lives a practical life on board ship. And I just love it. Love Star Trek. I've loved the original series. My favorite captain is Captain Picard, with a very close, followed by Captain Janeway and then Captain Kirk. But my brother-in-law is also a Trekker. And he just got me some of the coolest Star Trek stuff whenever it made me feel special to know that whenever he was out, he's a bad butt, man. He's tough. He's a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu artist. He's a black belt in it. And whenever, to think that when he was out mentally preoccupied with all these kids that he's got in this tournament, and he thinks that the fact that he thought about me while he was out there just meant the world to me. And I just appreciate it so much. Love the guy. And he gave me, he found me an actual used, which people are like, what, used? No, it was actually used in the field, actually military mop gear backpack. Just love the guy. However, despite my condemnation and my careful wording, they still voted for the FOOP. And I realized that he's done a lot to support the fact that if you're good enough, you don't necessarily need a college education to get a good job. because Edgardo, he's always worked. He's a hard worker, and he had to support a family, but some places just they base your eligibility for that job on having a college education. And Edgardo would do well in college. He's an extremely intelligent human being, but he voted for the FOOP because he's like, the FOOP is all about how good you are and what you got. And I'm like, all right, man. I still love the guy. I love you, Edgardo, man, but you didn't listen to me. This is about I told you so. Now look what's happening. It's not just the fact that he was indecent with little girls, and probably little boys too, and definitely Epstein and everybody else. But gas prices are fixing to be the highest they've ever been, if they aren't already. The Strait of Hormuz is closed, which means like a fourth of the world's oil and fertilizer for the farmers out there because of oil has to make the Strait of Hormuz. Now it's closed because of the FOOP. It isn't just the things that he did to little girls, it's what he's doing to the entire world. Our economy is upside down now. It's like it wasn't bad enough. I was like, look what he did the first time. And he blames everything on Biden, but Biden inherited the economy that the FOOP left. All I'm saying is, I told you so. It's like my family, I mentioned yesterday, they're gone. I told them, I said, this girl isn't just my girlfriend. She is going to be my wife. She's the love of my life. They're all gone and I'm still here. I told you so. It's like I'm no longer a Cowboys fan because the general manager does not know football like he thinks he does. He's a dang narcissist. And now I'm no longer a fan of the Cowboys, and they haven't been back to the championship game, let alone the Super Bowl, in over 30 years. Most of the professional football players in the NFL, probably 90+% of them, weren't even born the last time the Cowboys won the Super Bowl. I told you so. All I know is that you really need to put your pride aside. And even if you think you're all that, you're not. And sometimes you just need to listen to somebody when they give you advice or they tell you something's not a good idea. Because usually if that person loves you, they're not going to steer you wrong. They just want to tell you what's up. You know, I'm just telling you that those of you that are still on the fence, okay, this isn't about politics. It's about our economy and about the people that live in this country. Even if you're an ICE agent, okay, is your job as an ICE agent more important than everyone else? I'm telling you that the MAGA is a cult, and it's not about everybody else. It's about improving the lifestyle of the dear leader. Look it up. Mark my words. Look it up. There's never been a case ever before where the president of the United States has profited from his presidency. Donald Trump, sure he didn't take a salary. He doesn't. What's $410,000 to a billionaire? That's like me picking up a $5 bill to screw everyone else. He doesn't need the $410,000 when he's making billions, profiting off of his grifting. It's not about you or me. It's about how much more money we can make for the dear president. If you want to save everyone, vote Democrat in the midterms. Not only that, but look at it this way, okay? Less than 1% of our population are billionaires. So what does he do? He screws everyone off of their health care and gives them a tax increase. It's not about you. It's about the ultra wealthy. We don't matter. We don't count. You need to wake up and you need to do what's right. I'm telling you so right now. Anyway, I guess that's about it today. I just want to, sometimes, if someone you love tells you so, listen. Because they only have your best interests and everyone else's best interests at heart when they love you and they tell you stuff. If you want to criticize me, feel free to do so. If you want to encourage me, feel free to do so. And I'll do whatever I do to get encouraged. But in the interim, vote straight Democrat in the upcoming election. And Jesus loves you. And I will talk to you tomorrow.